5 seconds. I've been hiding something from you. Hi everybody. I was always planning on starting my July reset today, and I'm going to start my July reset today, but I just want you to know that I don't want to, because it is the last few days of June and it is dreary outside. And normally I would wait until Friday or Saturday to start this. It's Thursday. I have plans this afternoon, I have plans tomorrow night, I have plans Saturday night, and I'd like to get this video up by the end of the month. And I have a lot of plans for this reset. It is halfway through the year, which feels crazy. So I'm gonna run through a quick list of all of the things that I'm planning on doing in this reset, and I really hope I get to all of them. Starting with just taking my nail polish off. I have a wedding to go to a week from today, so I'm not gonna paint them yet. I'm just gonna take off the nail polish. I'm not gonna film that or anything, but I'm just letting you know that as I'm talking with my hands, I'm looking at it and I realize it looks really bad and chipped. I have two big jobs that I have to get done, and those are the medicine cabinet, which is just in this door behind me in our half bath. I really want to go through there. Every time I open that to put extra toilet paper in that cupboard, I just don't want to look at it. So that's a sign I should probably clean it out. The second big thing that I was planning on doing last month already is repotting a lot of my plants, or even just like adding some soil to them. The soil is getting low in most of my houseplants, so those are two really big things that I'd like to get done this weekend. I should also clean all of my mirrors. I wiped my master bathroom mirror like a week ago, and it always looks fogged up and steamy just because it's so streaky because I did such a bad job. So I figure while I do that, I should just do all of the mirrors in the house. I have some yard work to do. We live in a strata location, so we technically have landscapers, and they came and weeded everything and trimmed the hedges, but we have these big grasses in our front yard that are so long. So I'm going to cut those down. It should be quick. I have like big shearers. I just might have to borrow a rake because that's the only thing I would ever need a rake for. So I might have to borrow one. They also left like rocks and sand all over our turf. So I'm gonna rake all of it and maybe hose down or pressure wash the front path or something. So that's on the list, is yard work in my very little postage stamp yard that I'm very grateful to have, but it doesn't usually need yard work. This is like a once a year situation. I have a dog that needs to go outside. One second. I'm back. What was I saying? Oh, I have one other thing actually. I should physically clean all of my electronics. They are dusty and dirty and janky, and they need to all be cleaned, like laptop, phone, headphones, everything. So those are all the big things that I don't do every month that I'm going to hopefully get done this weekend. It's kind of a long list, but I think most of it will be pretty quick. And then there's the stuff that I do every month regardless of if I film it or not, and I'm going to do those things as well. And that is my bullet journal spread, but I don't think I'm gonna film it because I think it's gonna look identical to last month, which I already put in last month's reset. I have 2 5-star books so far this month, so I'm gonna make the 5-star pages for those. And I'm thinking I will pick a July TBR in this video. I'm not gonna do a July TBR video specifically. I don't have a ton of books in my physical TBR right now, and I have a lot of Kindle books. I'm not sure that my prompts are really aligning with the few books that I have, but I don't think picking Kindle books for a sit-down video is very exciting. I think I'll just pick my July TBR myself and just kind of tell you what it is. So that is my plan for this monthly reset, this July reset. Like I said, I'm not super excited to start. It is dreary out. It's not great weather. My mom is gonna pick me up pretty quick here. We're gonna go to the mall. I think I might have time to pick my July TBR, and maybe we'll actually do my series tracker check-in because I haven't looked at that in a little while. I have the physical one in my reading journal, but I also have one on Notion that I haven't looked at in a hot minute. So maybe we'll do those things before my mom comes to pick me up, because reading stuff is always nice in this kind of weather. Or maybe I'll just read. Haven't decided yet. Okay. Oh, is that better? Sorry for the shitty lighting. I've chosen my TBR, I think. It's gonna be very loose, and like, I have a few books that I'm probably not gonna finish this month. That's a vlog coming out after this one. I'm gonna add 8. 3 of them I'm not gonna tell you because they're also coming in to a vlog later this month, and I already like acquired the books and planning that vlog, so I'm not going to show you those either. My classic, I think, for July is going to be Treasure Island. I got a gift of a ton of classics from a family member for Christmas one year, so I'm kind of starting to read through these first, and then I'll kind of choose other ones. I got this from the library. It is 2 short stories, The Prince and the Guard, for the selection. I read the selection this month. I don't think it was in a vlog. I'm gonna read these 2 short stories, and then I'm gonna read The Elite. It's on my Kindle, so that's also on my list. I only have the selection and The Elite on my Kindle, and I think the rest I'll get from the library. So I'm gonna read this first, and then I'm gonna read The Elite in July, hopefully. I was kind of doing release date, but these came out very far apart from each other, so I technically have to read one before and one after the Elite, but I believe they both take place before the Elite. So I'm just gonna read it right away. And then my sister and I have a book club. It's really just the two of us get together. We keep alternating who picks the books. So my sister is picking right now. So she might have already started it, but I'm gonna start it in July. And that is The Unwinding of the Miracle by Julie Yip Williams. So this is a memoir. I don't know much about it, but she wanted to read it. So I love memoirs. I can always have more. Born blind in Vietnam, Julie narrowly escapes euthanasia by her grandmother only to flee with her family to the political upheaval of the late 1970s. Where a surgeon at UCLA gave her partial sight, against all odds she became a Harvard-educated lawyer with a husband, a family, and a life. Then at 37, she was diagnosed with terminal colon cancer. Okay, so this is gonna be a sad memoir, but this is her choice for July. And then I have a couple of books on my Kindle that I should probably get to because I know July 1st reads is coming soon, so I'm gonna get more free ones. But I have made the decision not to download them if they don't actually interest me, because there's some months where I'm like, I get a free book, I may as well take it. I'm gonna stop doing that if none of them actually seem interesting, because I've read a lot of doozies because of it. I'm either going to read Please Tell Me by Mike Omer, which is about an escaped kidnapped child who won't tell anybody what happened. I think he's become mute after he was kidnapped. Or I'm gonna read The Girl in the Painting, which I think is set in like 1900s, early 1900s Australia. So I might just add both of those, and then I have 3, like I said, for another video that I am for sure filming. That's my July TBR. That's how I'm gonna do it this month. But maybe we can quickly go through my series tracker here. So this is what it looks like in my reading journal. I saw this on Pinterest and I really liked it, and then I realized as more are added in the series, you have to kind of read the next one because otherwise the boxes don't align, but whatever. Let's just kind of go through them all. Actor, I don't remember what's Arl Shepherd? Oh, Not Started. That's why. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Boys and Tom, Progress. Oh, I also have like a number of books in series that I have definitely not kept up with. Okay, I've now read 3 of these. The Bridgerton, Campus Diaries, I might not complete. I started reading the 3rd one and I didn't like it, so maybe I'll do the audiobook actually, so let's leave that on there. Castle Knoll to Dreamland Billionaire, I read the 1st one, so we are saying in progress. Emily Wilde is complete. I have read 3 for 3. I feel like the 2nd Castle Knoll has come out, so I'm not up to date anymore. I should be looking at that. Campus Diaries, I am not up to date. Knock 'Em Out by Lucy Score, I read the 2nd one. Mistborn, I have now read 2. Off the Ice, I hated. I'm going to delete that row. I did not like Clyde. Did not enjoy. Rose Hill, is that Wild Eyes? Yes, I've read 2. Chronicles of Narnia, I have now read 5. Selection, I have now read 1 of these, so it is in progress. And now I have to add more. What have I added? Red Rising. It's sci-fi. It is in progress. There are, oh, I feel like there's more books that have come out, but that's too far away. I'm gonna say there's 6. And I have read 3, correct? Correct. The selection I also have in here. Okay, so that's the only one I had to add. Did it so that there's a chart so I can see where I'm at. In progress, 50% in progress. I have 27 series on the go. 16 that I haven't started that I would like to start. I have 7 that are completed, and I have 3 series that I am up to date on that I can't continue. I have 27 series that I can continue and haven't. That's what the series tracker is looking like. So now my mom is going to pick me up very soon, so I'll probably just read until she gets here, and we will continue this tonight. I have this big box that I'm going to flatten. There's a big bag of soil in here. Add some soil to all of my plants. This plant's dead. I was going to replace it with ivy that I have propagating on the counter right now, but it's not ready to plant yet, so I'm not going to do that yet. I think I'll just get them one at a time and add soil as needed to whatever I have. I might propagate my pothos and maybe some aloe even, actually. My aloe's getting pretty big. I also got a little Swiffer duster because some of the leaves could use some cleaning, so this seems like the right time. Welcome to the medicine cabinet. You know what? It doesn't actually look that bad, but to me this is a mess and half of it's probably expired. Let's see. Because I am having weird allergies, I am taking antihistamines double dose twice a day as recommended by my doctor, and Zach has seasonal allergies. So we got Benadryl, Reactin, and there's Allegra by the coffee machine so I don't forget to take it every morning. Melatonin doesn't need to be in here. This should be upstairs. I'm gonna put that in our bedroom. Just a little bit neater. For some reason I make all of these things out to be huge jobs and they just aren't. So, my bad, but at least it's done. It took 5 seconds. I've been hiding something from you that fits into this reset, and that is the state of my bedroom, which has only gotten worse over the last couple of days because our washing machine is still broken. So we had a games night at a friend's house yesterday and did all of our laundry. So I now have full laundry baskets and all of my clean clothes here. And then I'm gonna go to my sister's tonight for girls' night and I'm going to do more laundry. Let's deal with this. My room hasn't looked like this since high school, I swear. I'm a neat person and I put my clothes away all the time. Life has gotten a little bit hectic. So let's do it together. I really don't want to. Bedroom is clean. I took off my nail polish as well. And now I'm gonna do the yard. I really just need to lop off a few big branches on one of the bushes that we have by the fence that faces the path. And then we just have these big grass bushes that the landscapers usually cut down and haven't. I live in a townhouse closely surrounded by other townhouses. So I'm a bit hesitant about filming myself. So I'm not sure if you'll get the best vantage point. We'll see what I can get away with. I am never gonna be a filmer in public, just know that. I just finished another book and now I'm listening to Narnia. There will be a vlog coming out in a few days of me trying to finish my June TBR. Anyway, Zach just took Ribby for a hike. Kelso's staying here today. Yeah, you've gotten a lot of exercise this week. He's a tired boy. It's the next day. It is 8 a.m. Zach's asleep, but I'm gonna talk anyway. I just finished my 5-star pages for the last 2 books that I read that were 5 stars, so I thought I would show you. It takes me like 2 seconds. I just pick some photos, either from Google or from Pinterest, book cover, and then a couple that match the aesthetic. So this is one from last month already, Sea of Tranquility, but I just did this one for an offer from a gentleman. I just fill out the genre, the number of pages, and the format that I read it in, and then do a little blip of what it was about, and then something I like from it. So for this one, I chose Them at the Masquerade and some art supplies for Benedict. I did one for Funny Story by Emily Henry, which was 6 stars, so there's 6 stars there. This came up on Pinterest, and I've never added words from the actual book to my 5-star page, but I kind of liked it. And then them in the kitchen together. There were so many options for people. I try only to do one photo with people, especially in a romance, because everything on Pinterest comes up as like all of these couples and really cute photography photos. I was trying to find one where the guy had lots of tattoos and it didn't exist, because that's a marker of miles, but that's all right. I liked that photo of them in the kitchen. There were so many of people in a house like cooking together or walking separate ways in an apartment, but I went with this one when they are already in love. So that's what I did this morning. I think I'm done this reset. I didn't do the mirrors. I'm not going to. I don't want to. I'm just gonna deal with the streaks and the dust for a little while longer. Maybe I'll get to it later this week. And I didn't physically clean any of my electronics. They're still pretty grody, but I also don't feel like doing that. I feel like reading this morning, and I should edit this video today, so I'm not gonna get much more done. But thank you so much for watching. Maybe it gave you some motivation to go and do those tasks that you've been putting off, even though I didn't even do all of mine. But you know what, the list looks pretty good from where we started. I will see you in the next one. Bye.